And so many people say that there is no treatment for narcissism and emotional abuse. And while I think that treatment is challenging and difficult, I have found that actually there is treatment for it. And a central part of that treatment is dealing with thinking errors. Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins, Director of the Marriage Recovery Center and the Emotional Abuse Institute. I have 4 main points that I want you to think about. And by the way, I am in no way saying that treatment for narcissism is simple, easy, or even straightforward. It's not. It's very complicated. But one part of the treatment is comprehensive, it's complex, it's challenging. But one part is dealing with thinking errors. Thinking errors are, you know them, we all know them: justification, rationalization, minimization, playing the victim, making excuses, denial. They're all under the heading, by the way, of denial. A thinking error is a distortion. It's a way to put a spin on things. But the 4 points I want you to really think about with me. Number 1, a thinking error is used to protect us. And we all do it. We all do it to a greater or a lesser extent. Now, you will certainly acknowledge that you do it too. You make excuses for your behavior when you're confronted. You minimize wrongdoing. Not as much as a narcissist does, for sure. But it will help you understand what we're talking about when I say all of us at one time or another have made excuses for our behavior. At one time or another, we've minimized, we've even lied, haven't we? All at one time or another. But I want you to think about this, that a thinking error, a pervasive pattern of using thinking errors, is used by the narcissist and the emotional abuser to protect themselves, and it keeps them hopelessly stuck. That's the main point. Thinking errors protect and keep us stuck. Second point, thinking errors help us to temporarily cope with what? Vulnerability, feelings of inadequacy, feeling shame. I often talk about this in the treatment of narcissists and emotional abusers, which I do a lot of. And that is learning how to sit with shame and vulnerability. I was wrong. I hurt you. I am sorry. That's a tall order to ask someone to do. Now, we expect little children to dodge and duck and lie and make excuses. Well, we don't like it, and we socialize them so that they learn not to do it. Narcissists haven't grown out of all of that. All right, point number 2 then is thinking errors help narcissistic individuals to cope and to deal with feelings of vulnerability, inadequacy, and shame. Point number 3, thinking errors create even more problems, don't they? They don't really solve anything. The individual who says, I didn't do it, when they did it, or to say it wasn't that big of a deal when it was that big of a deal, or rationalize their actions when it's not really rational, or justify when it's not really justifiable. All of these thinking errors, when faced with confrontation and the narcissistic individual uses a thinking error to shut the other person up. And I've said in other videos, If you tell someone to shut up enough, they will. Oh, they will. Oh, they will. They will. They will. And the relationship will die, die, die. All right. So even though thinking errors temporarily protect, they keep you stuck. They create even more conflict because remember that relationships are built upon trust, mutual trust, and the ability to come to someone and resolve an issue. A healthy relationship is I confront you and you say, yeah, oh, my bad. What do you need from me? My bad. What do you need from me? I want to give it to you. That's what a healthy relationship is built on. All right, point number 4, eliminating thinking errors and owning up, having that godly sorrow, sitting with healthy shame and remorse builds connection. Life-giving, right? Life-giving. One more time. Eliminating thinking errors. Doing everything in your power to guard against rationalization, justification, minimization, blame shifting, playing the victim, all of those thinking errors, and sitting with healthy shame and remorse, and then changing one's actions and meeting the needs of the individual who's confronting us. That builds connection, and it's life-giving. All right. And we all have room to grow. And if you're a narcissistic individual, if you have any patterns of emotional abuse, you've got a lot of thinking errors that you need to face with expert help, of course, and then to eliminate. If we can be of further help to you, contact our client care team. We will help you determine what the next best step forward is for you. All right, take care, and as always, God bless.